And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sauna IE. Man. What a journey it has been. Today, July 11th, three years ago today, I started the podcast. And today is officially our third anniversary. And the journey, man, I'm just extremely grateful. I just want to talk about like how grateful I am with the audience that I've connected with over the time, the audience that I built, the community that I built, the people that I've connected with through the podcast, the interviews, the relationships that I've built over these past 3 years. And I'm just like, man, the growth over time from where I started to now, I'm extremely grateful for. 3 years ago, 3 years ago today, I had no vision for the podcast for where I wanted to go, but I just kept going at it, kept being consistent, kept doing it week by week, and then eventually grown into what it is today, which is a platform for mental health, discussing mental health tips, tricks, the coping mechanisms, triggers, and different things that relate to mental health. And I'm extremely grateful for what it's blossomed to. And if you're listening to this right now, and you're on wherever you're at on your journey, you want to create something, build something, and you're like, man, where I want to be is not where I'm at. It's a day-by-day thing. You really have to take it day by day and stay consistent. You can't be focused on the end goal. You have to focus on getting better every day and perfecting your craft on a daily basis instead of looking at the end goal. Because once you look at the end goal, you'll be so consumed with the end goal that you forget the little things in between. Little things, the little crafts, the tips, and everything that you need to learn along the way. So wherever you're at right now, just learn. Focus on learning what you can, learning what you need to learn about your trade, your craft, your business, life, and just grow with it and stay consistent. Staying consistent, staying disciplined on your journey will help you in the long run. So once you reach that end goal, that place where you want to be, you'll look back and be grateful for the journey. And the journey grows you, molds you, and shows you what it's like to become who you want to become. But with that being said, this episode right here, we're gonna be talking about wasting time and gaining time. But first, let me hit y'all with some quotes of the day. My first quote is, patience is the master key to every situation. One must have sympathy for everything, surrender to everything, but at the same time remain patient and forbearing. Patience. That's funny that this quote came up after I said what I said. And your patience will be tested. Like I said, in every situation, you have to be patient and remain patient. You'll be tested with your patience to see if it's truly what you want. You'll say, oh, I want to be a college grad, or I want to start a business, or I want to have a multi-million-dollar business. But are you going to have the patience that it takes to get there? Are you going to have the patience when stuff isn't going your way? And you have to be patient, remain patient, and know that all this is right now, these trials and tribulations, these hurdles, the obstacles that I'm going through is just testing my patience to see, am I truly capable of achieving what I want to achieve, or am I going to give up? Am I going to bail out, turn around, and just be like, fuck this, I don't want this? But your patience is the master key in every situation because you will always be tested. So will you remain patient or will you bail out? For me, there's been plenty of times when I've been tested along this journey, but I know it's just my patience being tested because this is what I truly want. So I'm gonna be patient with the process because at the end of the day, I know where I'm headed and I know where I will be. So patience is the master key in every situation. One must have sympathy for everything, surrender to everything, but at the same time remain patient and forbearing. My next quote is, the only things I regret and the only things I didn't do in the end, that's what we mourn. The paths we didn't take and the people we didn't touch. Regret. You can't regret the things you didn't do, the people you didn't touch, the paths you didn't take. You always have to take that leap of faith. And in life, in society, as humans, we like to run. We like to run from the uncomfortable things in life. We like to not take the paths that we want to take because we let other people's opinions dictate the paths that we take in life. And we're so infatuated with public opinion, with our family's opinion, with our parents' opinion, that we don't take the paths that we want to take, the things that we truly love doing, because we don't want to disappoint somebody else. But what about disappointing yourself? And the things that you didn't do, you got to look ahead. Let's say 50 years from now, 40 years from now, you're in your deathbed and you're just looking back on the things that you regret that you didn't do right now. You're looking back like, damn, I should have went to go overseas to play basketball, or I should have started that business, or I should have worked out more, or I should have started doing the things for my mental health. And it's like, it starts now so you don't have those regrets. In life, we can't have regrets. We only can have lessons. So anything that you regret from your past, stop regretting your past and look at your past as a lesson that you needed to learn. But with that being said, let me give y'all a brief break and we're going to hop into the show. Thank y'all for tuning in to Sana IE. So the first segment we're going to kick off with is time wasters. And the number one time waster that we all do is worrying about what other people will say. And I had a big problem with that myself, because we want to live up to our parents' expectations. We want to live up to our family's expectations. We want to not disappoint anybody within our family or friends or anything of that nature. So we try to step or tiptoe around what we truly want to do. And our parents would have this dream life set out for us as we grow up, like, oh, go to high school, go to college, graduate, get a good job, and things like that. And we try to stay within the parameters of that. But as we grow up in life, we learn that maybe that's not what I want to do. And we all love our parents, we all love our family, and it's like the disappointing thing. We try to stay within them boundaries, not to do what they want. But at the end of the day, what do you want to do? And it's like we have to get out of that shell of disappointing our family members and really just truly finding what's our purpose, what's our passion, what do we want to do, that we don't really care about the disappointment. We just want to do what we love. And sometimes you have to really step back and see, like, what do I love doing? Am I in the right field of what I want to do? Am I passionate about what I want to do? Does this fulfill my purpose? Does this fulfill me? And it's all about self-fulfillment instead of worrying about what other people will say. People always talk. They'll talk about when you're doing good. They talk about when you're doing bad. So it's like damned if you do and damned if you don't. At the end of the day, do you want to live a life filled with others' opinions, or do you want to live a life that you truly want to live, that you feel fulfilled in doing? And number 2 would be self-doubt. This is a big one. We all doubt ourselves. And it's because we feel like we're incapable of doing things when we're truly capable of doing anything we set our minds to. But it's just the environments that we're in. Sometimes this comes down to the environment that we're in, the people that we're around that's not lifting us up or not holding us to that standard or challenging us to be better people every day. So we start doubting ourselves, doubting our abilities, doubting our talents, instead of having that faith, taking that leap of faith and always having that faith and that confidence within yourself and doing the little things to build up that self-esteem instead of building up the self-doubt. Because in life, we'll have so much things coming at us that it builds up our self-doubt, that we don't have that self-belief in ourselves to where we're making progress or trying to make progress in our lives or trying to accomplish something big, because we don't have that right support system around us. And it starts with, what environment am I in? Why is my doubt bigger than my faith? And you really have to ask yourself that to see, like, who around me is building this doubt within me? What environment am I in? What are the people around? Are the people around me lifting me up, or are they holding me back? Because sometimes the people around us are a cage instead of a circle. And it's like we all want to grow on a daily basis, and we need the right environment to help us grow in. It's like the saying I've seen, it comes to a flower. If you're a flower, you seed, you sprout it, well, you're in a pot, you're a flower. So let's say it's all about your environment for your growth. So it's like, if you want to grow, You got to put yourself in the right environment, and you can't doubt yourself. You have to keep being watered by things that give you life instead of putting death into you. And number 3 is indecision, indecisiveness. And this happens a lot. We all become indecisive with things that we want to accomplish in life, but it really goes down to having that faith, walking in faith instead of walking in fear. Once you walk in faith, you know that everything will work out for you regardless, even if it doesn't work out. It's like we have to see things as us for us to grow. We have to get comfortable being uncomfortable and stop being indecisive about certain things. Write out what's making you indecisive about that certain task that you need to accomplish, or that certain path that you want to go down, and let that indecision be free. Have that conversation with yourself. Have that conversation with people who you know will give you that confidence and give you that decision making that you need. The next one would be repeating mistakes. Constantly repeating the same mistakes. You have to really be self-aware and aware of the mistakes that come into your life, and really learn those lessons so you don't have to repeat those same mistakes, because you repeating those same mistakes eventually wastes its time. Because life is trying to teach you this lesson, but you keep going back and forth, doing the same things instead of learning from that previous failure or mistake. And that leads up to the next one, which is fear of failure. If you don't fail, you don't learn. That's what it comes down to. You have to fail to learn what you need to learn in life. Failure is a stepping stone towards success. If you're afraid of failure, how will you succeed? And embrace failure. At anything in life, you have to embrace failure, because it's trying to teach you something. And we have to constantly be learning and students to life, because we're not going to get it all right. We're not going to be perfect. So embrace the failure. Once you fail, be like, hell yeah, I failed, but I learned how not to fail again. And then that leads up to the next one, which is procrastination. What have you been procrastinating on lately? Has it been starting a new book, starting working out, doing some new projects, networking with different people, talking to different people, really getting aware of your mental health, journaling? What have you been procrastinating on lately? The things that you're procrastinating on is only wasting time. You could have had that done by now. But it's like we love to procrastinate and think, oh, I got time, I'll do it later, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it next week. But it's like, why not do it now? Doing it now builds up the self-belief in yourself, and it gets rid of that self-doubt, because you're keeping that promise to yourself, like, oh, I want to get this done within this hour. You get it done instead of procrastinating. And the next one is perfectionism. That's a big time waster, because everything won't be perfect. Everything won't be perfect. You have to know that everything won't be perfect, but as long as I do it, I'll learn how to perfect it over time. It may not be perfect to you, but it'll be perfect to somebody else. We all have different tastes in life. What's not good to somebody else will be good to the other person. So we can't base our lives off perfectionism, because we're all not perfect. And the next one is lack of priorities. That's a big time waster. Wasting a lot of time because you don't have no priorities in life. What are your priorities? Do you have a structure in your life? How is your morning routine? How's your nightly routine? How's your daily routine? Are you sticking to that? Are you prioritizing what you need to get done? Or are you just like, y'all get it done later? Or are you not? You just wasting time. Lack of priorities is a big time waster. And the next one is comparing. Are you comparing yourself to a celebrity? Are you comparing yourself to your friends? Are you comparing yourself to your family members? How about you start comparing yourself to who you were yesterday? Who you were yesterday is different from who you are today. We can't compare ourselves to other people, because they don't walk in our shoes. They don't live the life that we live. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is different. So we can't live our life in comparison. Comparison is a thief of joy. And the last one is complaining. Complaining. Do you know that every time you complain, your brain shrinks? So anything you complain about, you're shrinking your brain constantly over time. So you have to stop complaining and start being grateful, speaking gratitude, and being grateful for everything that happens. Complaining doesn't solve anything, but it just wastes time, and it shows your true character. But I'm gonna give y'all a brief break and we're gonna hop into the next segment of how we get our time back. I'll give tips to value your time. Number one, stop hanging out with aimless people. Start connecting with ambitious people. Your environment. Your environment determines where you will be in the next 5 years. Are the people around you, or are they pushing you up to where you need to be, helping you get to where you need to be? Are they ambitious? Are they aimless people? And sometimes you have to sit back, do an inventory, and like, all right, who's in my circle, or who's around me? How's my environment look where it comes to family members, friends, associates, and things like that, and seeing who's really building me up and taking me to the levels that I need to reach, and who's keeping me back to where they want to be, who's keeping me stagnant, who's keeping me in this cage, who's not pushing me forward to where I need to grow, who's not challenging me in my life. And I need to start connecting with ambitious people. And maybe you'll have to connecting with them on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, going to different community events or conventions and things like that, and start reaching out and connecting with ambitious people within your field. Whatever you love doing, whatever your field is, start looking for others within that field if the people around you aren't lifting you up to where you need to be or where you want to be, as well as challenging you. If you want to get to a new level, you have to assess your environment, assess the people you're around, change some people, and look for new people to hang around with. Look for those ambitious people that you need around you. Number two, stop valuing negative opinions of others and start valuing your gut feeling. That gut feeling will always lead you to the right way. People and their negative opinions only brings negative energy, negative vibes your way, and you don't need those negative opinions in your life. You don't need those negative people around you. So if people constantly bring that negative energy, negative talk around you, get them out your way. Separate yourself from them. Those are aimless people because they're aiming to keep you where you at. They're aiming to belittle you and demote you and keep you in this box that they want to see you in, instead of having you blossom and grow and become a whole new person. It's like the caterpillar and the butterfly. You want to be a caterpillar all your life, or you want to be a butterfly? And it's like, I know everybody's like, oh, I want to be a butterfly. Well, start choosing the things that help you blossom into a butterfly instead of valuing the opinions of negative people or negative opinions of others. People will always have opinions regardless of what you do. So start valuing your gut feeling. What is your gut telling you to do? Is it telling you to take that leap of faith so you can grow and evolve and become uncomfortable in this life that you've been in, so you can grow into that butterfly that you want to be? Number three, stop going out daily. That's simple as that. Start saving money and you save time. Constantly going out on a daily basis. Oh, I'm gonna go out to eat here. I'm gonna go have brunch here. I'm gonna go party here. I'm gonna go this. But it's like, is that bringing you closer to your dreams, or is that delaying you? Is that wasting time doing stuff that you know is not putting you where you need to be? Maybe you have to switch going out daily to start going to different conventions of things within your field. You looking on Eventbrite, and looking on Eventbrite, well, let's put in your type of field, whatever field you're in, and start going to those conventions, connecting with other people. And so you can grow and start saving money and learn how to invest money and multiply money and use that money for your benefit so you can gain your time back. The next one would be, stop being afraid of failures. Talked about that in the first segment. Failure, start embracing the failure. Whenever you fail, embrace it. It's there for you to learn. It's like, okay, you have to start asking yourself, what is this trying to teach me? What do I need to learn about this failure? And that right there will start challenging your abilities and start challenging your talents, where you start growing and learning that, okay, I need to fail in order for me to win. Everybody that you know that is successful has failed, but they became so successful that the failures you didn't realize unless you really examine their story of how they got to where they need to be. So stop being afraid of failure. Embrace your challenges. Start challenging your abilities. And the last one is, stop playing it safe. Playing it safe won't get you anywhere, but the same things you begin in life right now. You have to start taking risks. Start putting yourself out there. Start trusting yourself, believing in yourself, and start taking those risks. If you don't like, oh, I don't want to take a risk, start calculating the risk. Start taking calculated risks so you can get to where you need to be instead of playing it safe, not doing what you need to do. Stop being comfortable where you're at. Start being uncomfortable, getting in uncomfortable situations, doing the things you wouldn't normally do so you can grow. Once you start doing those things, taking those risks, you learn a lot more about yourself. You become a whole new person in the process. But you have to take those risks and stop playing it safe. Playing it safe gets you nowhere. Man, it has me thinking about myself as well, because I'm like, I know how it is. We all like to play it safe in life instead of taking that leap of faith, having faith. We have to start walking in faith instead of walking in fear. Because once you start walking in faith, you know that everything is meant for you. You start attracting the things that's meant for you. And you start believing in yourself that no matter what goes on, you still will progress no matter what. So stop playing it safe. Start taking those risks. And that's it for this episode, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Third year doing this. And I'm extremely grateful. We most definitely going to celebrate today. And I'm extremely grateful for you taking the time out to listen to this episode, listen to the show. Hopefully the show helped you out when it comes to learning about what wastes your time and how to value your time and things you have to stop and start doing. Because we all do these things where it comes to procrastinating, where it comes to having that fear of failure, having the indecision, worrying about other people's opinions of us and what we do. We all go through that, but it's like that ends here. So we have to start putting ourselves first and it comes down to, what do we want to do? What do we value? What are our beliefs? What is our purpose? What is our passion? What do we love doing? What would you love doing if money wasn't involved? And start asking yourself those questions. Asking yourself, am I around the right environment? Am I around the right people to help me grow? Maybe you have to change. Maybe you have to move to a different city. Maybe you have to let some of the people that you love go, or keep them at arm's length. And it's not to hurt them. It's to help you grow in order to get to where you need to be in life. But that being said, let me leave y'all with this. Be grateful for what you have today. You may not have it tomorrow. Have a good week. Be back again with y'all on Friday with Sana.